Kristen, why do you think the show resonates with people so well, universally? The Book of Mormon, yes.
I think it's about hope at its core. It's it is very subversive, and it hits a lot of things that we hold sacred early on. But at its core, it is a pro-faith. It's saying that the worst things in the world, the worst places, Uganda, when you're dealing in a war-torn, poverty-filled, horrible place, what you need are these stories that give you hope and faith. So it's very pro-faith, and singing is a perfect way to celebrate that. And I think it tells this very fundamental story about religion in the most subversive way, so that the celebration of faith and religion hits you in a gut way that you never expected. It opens your pores, and then wham, gives you the nutrition.
I sang in a lot of college choirs, not college choirs, but church choirs in college, and I began to feel like there's a fine line between what we do on Sunday and what I'm doing when I'm doing a musical. There's something very related about stories and music and uplift and the idea of right and wrong and
ritual
too. And I mean, like, you look at a church and they have the pipe organ is this machine created to give you a religious feeling, to give you a religious experience. It not only has all of these different pipes that have different sounds, but it has things like these bells. It's called the Zimbelstern, and you press a button on the pipe organ and it starts spinning this wheel of bells, and it just makes you feel like there's angels there, and you kind of feel it, but you don't necessarily know that someone pressed a button and this thing started spinning. And in a way, musical stories are similar. You're trying to, and the idea of scripture, it's the same thing. Literature, religion, it's all in the same family, and I think that's what Book of Mormon is trying to say. That's why it's filled with references to Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, things that people have tended to turn into a little bit of a religion in and of itself, and that's what Joseph Smith was doing too. He created a religion based on a story he made up, and it's very obviously made up, but people believe in it, and it's through that belief and through the system of rituals that kind of evolve around it that people somehow become nicer.
An interesting thing about our process in general is that in every project we try and take a giant, and Bobby, I'm again sort of speaking for a lot of what Bobby brings to our collaboration, but he always asks the question, why does this have to sing? What role will music play in everything that we do? And for instance, in Avenue Q, every time they sing, it's basically a children's lesson. It's a life lesson in some way. They're looking at hard things through a children's television lesson. In Book of Mormon, almost every time they sing, it's really about religion in some way. In Frozen, every song is looking at love from some angle. And
in particular, it's taking the vernacular of Disney love, princess musicals, and saying what's really true love is the love between these two sisters. It's not about the fairy tale prince.
And in the work that we're trying to go forward with, we always try and ask that question and make sure that we keep the integrity and the unity of the musical, making sure that when music comes up, that it is tied to a bigger theme that's at the foundation of the musical.